It's our identity, our traditions, and it's the thing I strive to protect each and every day.
Your family engages in reindeer herding.
Yes.
They have how does one family keep its reindeer apart from another? How do you know your own reindeer?
The reindeers are migrating, and we are followers, nomads. They are migrating from the summer to the winter lands, and it's very, very, very long migrations. But sometimes they're stopped, as now. My colleague, he was going up to the mountains to get the reindeers down to the winter area where there are good vegetation. He cannot cross the rivers. They have not frozen yet. The reindeers cannot come over because they can't get over the rivers and the lakes.
Do you know how long the Sami have been engaged in reindeer herding in this part of the world?
As long as anyone remembers.
Many thousands of years.
Yes.
And in that period of time, they've been able to continue this work without interruption.
Yes. Yes.
Has that begun? You've indicated that that's begun to change in recent years.
So the temperature are increasing and decreasing, which we have never seen at such a rate, and each and every day is different. Usually I've heard stories about good winters, right? Where we didn't have to be out tending for the reindeers or digging holes so they can reach the food. But with the increase and decrease of temperature, there are ice crusts on the snow, which makes the reindeer unable to smell the food underneath, and therefore it will not dig for it. And even if they try, it's not strong enough, so they starve to death.
So because of these freeze-thaw cycles, it's becoming difficult for the reindeer to access their forage.
The food. Yeah, they're starved. We have had bad winters as such, as long as I can remember, and my whole generation. We are the generation of climate change.
When your parents and grandparents, do they notice this change and describe it to you, talk about it with you?
Yes, each and every day, constantly. And it's what I grew up with, and therefore I studied science, and therefore I'm engaged in climate change as well.
Are people, would you describe people as sad, as angry, as resigned?
Devastated.
Devastated.
Devastated, stressed, devastated, and we are dying also. The ices are not, we cannot read it, and the animals cannot read the ices and on the lakes, and we go through. And
people fall through?
Yeah.
Really?
Avalanches are erupting at places they should be safe.
Have you known people who've fallen through the ice?
Of course.
Can you tell us an account of that?
I've had friends.
Describe one.
And I've had family members. My grandfather's sister, she went through the ice and never came back.
She was she was walking?
She was skiing.
Skiing?
Yes.
And just went through a place, she thought that it was safe because traditionally it had been safe.
Yes.
And she went straight through.
Yes.
My colleague, Mr. Power, reminds me of an important question. Since you know this world well, would you say that the CEO of Exxon makes some years $35 million? Is that more or less than the average reindeer herder in the Sami culture makes?
Whatever reindeer herding generates, it cannot be measured in money.
I'm not sure that the CEO of Exxon ever said that, so that's good to know. Thank you very, very much for your testimony here today. It's most helpful.
Yeah. Thank you.